All right, we are live.
What's up?
Oh, hey, it works. Okay, here we are. Finally, this live thing has been a struggle. All right. Hello, everybody. Okay. Funny, I had a whole hour to get set up, but we're setting up again.
Hello, Madeline.
Okay.
What's up? Real red cola.
What's up, Real Red Cola in the house?
What's
All
up,
right.
Tom? Howdy. I love that phrase.
What's up, Tom? All right, we got a few people coming in the chat.
Yeah.
What's up, Cassandra? What's up? What's up?
Am I slow
Oh,
or is it you?
I don't know. I think it's good.
Okay. If it's lagging, like, please leave a comment so we can understand what's going on. Okay, great.
It's lagging again?
No, I mean I can hear you clearly, so I don't know how the viewer sees it. Yeah, but thanks for having me, Nico.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you are in Arches National Park, or you were?
Yeah, I'm in Arches right now. Yeah, we're in Utah, Moab.
Yeah, dude. I was there March, and then I hit a big rock, and my battery had to be replaced.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think I seen that video,
Yeah.
dude. Jesus. So you went off road?
Yeah, I mean, I do it all the time. I went off road today, and it was the last trail that we were running. So this was day 5, and I was able to keep up with the rock crawl, but I was able to do most of what they were doing, because it's all about the spotter that you have, and the angles. And but yeah, on the last day, I floored it through some really shallow water, and then I just hit like a tomb, and then I checked the battery, and it was a relatively big dent. Yeah, and then I did file an insurance claim, and Tesla insurance did cover me, so I'm grateful for that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, it's a weird thing, because insurance companies technically don't really like cover off-roading, but because Tesla insurance in Oregon is like it's variable pricing, so it fluctuates every month, which I absolutely hate. But because of that they do offer more than the typical insurance company, if that makes sense. Yeah. Well, you're frozen on my end. Two dudes still a virgin. 100%.
Man, what Pikachu? Yeah, why come the thing's frozen? Like it's just completely.
Well, what about now?
If, like,
What about now? No?
it's still frozen, and I'm frozen too on your end.
Okay, one sec. Let me do this. So.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to fix it.
Yeah. Are you still you're not frozen anymore?
Somebody says they can't even hear me. This live thing. And no matter how much you prepare for this thing.
Well, let me ask, how good is your cellular data right now?
I'm hooked on Wi-Fi right now.
I'm saying, but how good? Because you're on Starlink, right? Are we here? It was frozen. Yeah, it could be just yeah. 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 Okay. Well, that's the thing with with YouTube lives, it can break up. Yeah, but yeah. So I have a question for you, Nico. You know, like kind of talking about
What's up?
the van life and stuff. What is a item you cannot live without that's in your home? Like something that you're like, okay, if this goes missing tomorrow, I'll be miserable.
Oh, the Tesla fridge by far.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I use that thing every day. Like, there's the fridge in the sub trunk, so it just powers on, stays on the whole time. Which I, but so far it's been good for the whole like a month so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or your fridge is not gonna work.
Uh, Huh. That's it. Do you still wait? I want to answer Sergeant P's question. So your car
Yeah.
insurance fluctuates every month. Yeah. So I have Tesla insurance. It's paid out. So not every state has it, but Oregon has it. And it's variable pricing. So it depends all about your score that you get at the end of the month, and that determines your premium for the next month. It also depends on your driving record. Like, there's a bunch of things that it tracks, which has its pros. Like, I get rewarded for being a good driver. But on the other hand, like if I brake hard, sometimes I have to brake for like a deer, and then it gives me some negative points, which is like silly because I'm trying to not hit a deer. um, but
Right.
yeah, it's variable pricing, and that determines my premium for the next month. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, it's because
Yeah, 'cause
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have that. Yeah, yours is different.
Yeah, because yours is just like a fixed price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have Tesla insurance in California, it's just a fixed price. They can't do variable pricing, I guess. But out of
Oh,
Oregon, it's allowed to have variable pricing, and it's a hit and miss because I've learned to kind of play the game, if that makes sense. Where I'm like, I have really big following distances. I don't accelerate or decelerate too fast. I don't take turns too hard. Well, that's uh,
oh my God.
yeah,
You
but
gotta
it's
live in a rock.
yeah. I mean, but like it's weird because when I'm off roading, I like floor it pretty hard, and then it doesn't give me the points, which is really weird. It's like the car knows I'm off roading, so it's not tracking me. But
Hmm.
then when I do it in the city, it's like I like brake for like 2 seconds, and it's like, oh, here I get some points. Anyways, but yeah. So going back to your fridge, that's an important item, man.
Damn. Oh, that sucks. That's weird because yeah, you gotta manage all that while just trying to live.
Yeah. I like how you said
Just trying to
that.
be normal, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. No other insurance company will cover me with the lowest premium like that. Um, so it's the lowest by far, and because I do drive a lot, um,
Right.
so I'm okay with playing a little game. For me, it's all about the expenditures. Like I have a low insurance premium per month because I play this game. If that makes sense. Like other like State Farm, like all the cheap insurance companies, they were
Yeah.
charging me like $400 or $500 a month just to have basic coverage. You know,
On Tesla insurance?
yeah. Well, no, my tech insurance is about
Or
$200 per month, but
yeah.
my other insurance companies like State Farm, like Farmers Insurance, like all those major companies were charging me $400 to $500.
God
Um,
damn.
yeah, and I have a clean driving record. Like I've had the battery replaced now, so technically it counts as a collision. But before that,
Uh,
but before that, it was such a high premium, and it's ridiculous.
yeah.
Anyways,
Mine's only
so,
like 124 a month.
see, there
So
you go.
and it's,
Get a Model Y.
and it's standard. It's like not. It doesn't variable. It doesn't go up or down. So it's just
Yeah,
the same thing all the time.
that's so nice, too. Well, because you have a Model Y, it's just it's a less expensive car. Legit, that's why the X is really hard for people to like. Like it's a factor cost that a lot of like when I was at Tesla, people didn't calculate into their monthly budget. It's insurance on like a more expensive car.
Right, because it's bigger and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Plus,
I mean, like they don't know I live in it. They probably wouldn't cover me if they knew I was living.
this is my home too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, dude, I'm excited too. You have 28 peeps. We're here all together. Thanks for joining and being here.
Metatron says, I don't think I could live with my Cybertruck. It's just not that type of it. I've seen some people test out the Cybertruck. They actually camped in it in the back. I think I saw this one YouTuber do it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I met a guy in Alaska who was living in a Cybertruck, and it looked really uncomfortable.
So how does he? Yeah, the trunk is not AC powered at all, or it doesn't have any camp mode in the back. It's just straight outside, right?
Well, he was in the main cabin, so his second row he basically propped up with a bunch of mattresses, and then he slept in it. But he slept like at an angle, like he wasn't even flat.
Damn.
And then he had the tunnel cover too is not like waterproof or dustproof, so anytime it like rained or like he was going off roading, he had to think about it twice.
Right.
Dude, I love the Cybertruck. I think it's great, but there's for my life right now, it just doesn't work. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's ask you a question. What's one thing in your car that you can't live without and that you use all the time?
Okay, let me grab it for you. Good question. So jeez, I just spilled it again.
Gosh.
It's kind of weird, but it's my trash bucket.
Oh, interesting.
So
no way.
Yeah, so it's a collapsible bin.
Okay.
Right. So I can fold it down where it's lower. I mean, more ground, right? I can also fold it in where it's like this thick, right here.
Oh, yeah.
So I can kind of like, if I'm like going for a backpacking hike or whatever, and I throw my trash out, I can kind of like store it properly. But the reason why I say this is because, like, the whole purpose of living in my car was to kind of like obviously have great experiences, form relationships and friendships, but also to learn how to live with less.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really reflective in the trash that I have. I don't like plastic bags. I think they're kind of useless in a lot of different ways. Or, the disposable one-time use stuff is just, it's so much trash at the end of your life. So this really makes me more mindful. I can also use the bucket to wash my clothes if I really wanted to. I've washed my car with this.
Damn.
Yeah, no, but it's a multiple bucket, and technically I could use it to poop too. I've never done it before. Don't worry, guys. But that's the first thing people like mention when they're like talking to me. It's like, well, do you ever poop in that? I'm like, well, no.
Technically you can.
Yeah, but
so
funny. It's my trash bucket. It's like, you pack out what you pack in,
Right.
It's the worst thing when you get to a campsite and it's just littered with trash, Yeah, it's use as a cereal bowl. He gets
cereal bowl. There you
it.
go.
Dude,
Flex mods. Use as a cereal bowl. Dorothy says trash bucket can be used for other purposes like emergency bathroom. Yeah. Flex mod says get a CGL in a bus. Ooh, I've seen some bus conversions on YouTube. And Robert says, "What's up?" Hey, Robert.
Dude, you have a great community. Just
hanging out. They're pretty funny. Hopefully we don't get one of those hate comments yet. Oh, this one is I don't know if I could grab it. I think you have this too.
Wait, you're frozen, so I can't see you. I can hear you, but you're frozen.
Well, I got a Dometic water pump.
Yes.
And it's USB powered one. Yeah. And then the thing is, like the water pump, I don't have a long enough hose to put it in the back yet. I think I had to make a trip to like a REI or something. But
Yeah, it's actually
I
difficult to
figure.
get that size tubing precisely.
Oh, really?
Like I just actually swapped it the other day, and then my water tasted like plastic for the first like 2 days.
Holy crap!
Yeah, but that's because of the rubber. I mean, the rubber is not toxic, but it was just breaking in. Like it's kind of a weird thing, but
Oh, yeah, you gotta let it run for a little bit. And then,
yeah. But yeah, so that cord too is shorter than my last one, so I can't do the dishes as much outside my car now. I hate dishes. It's the worst thing. It's
yeah,
the
I
hard.
know.
It's the hardest thing. Like you're all
I
excited for
just did.
cooking.
Yeah, I did mine in the gym bathroom. I was
Nah.
just like, you know what? I ain't gonna heat up some water because you gotta heat up the water. With mine is a propane stove, and you gotta put the soap in there, and then you gotta wash it. All that
Yeah.
mess. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask. That kitchen that you have, that was designed by a friend, right?
It was in New Zealand. I was just scrolling through. What was it? I googled Tesla Model Y camper beds, and
Okay.
that was the first one that popped up. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of an uneven bed. I'm just gonna go with them. So there's just the ones that I popped up, and then it was on terraglide.com, and then I just bought it. And so far, it's been doing pretty okay. It's just the headspace is it
Mm.
kind of kind of cramped, but I like having that flat bed in the kitchen too. It's like I like your setup because yours is a pull out accordion one where it all fits into one kind of like compact place.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's having a setup makes life 10 times easier, more efficient, and you can do more
Yeah, definitely.
for sure. And like, I think the biggest barrier is like for me to get something done, like a chore. If I can do it, if I can simplify it, I'm more likely to do it. So
Definitely.
that's why the cooking setup. That's why I have induction. Is because
Yeah.
I can set everything up and start cooking within 10 seconds. And
Uh,
then the pan heats up right away because it's just like metal that's warming up, and it's so fast and
right.
it's more efficient. I don't have to buy propane because
Dude,
I
I
have.
know. It's like
Yeah, it's just for me, it's an expensive subscription. That's the way I look at it. Like,
Mm,
yeah. Anyways, that's just kind of because I had propane before, and then if it was windy, it was a nightmare, and
I
you know,
know. That's the issue I'm having with it right now. So
yeah.
when you hook it up to your EcoFlow, like how much percent battery does it take? Like
Um.
say you're boiling water or cooking, and it
Yeah.
takes
Go
like
ahead.
what 10%?
1 sec. Yeah.
GSR says, "What's up? Why are all the management Filipino Nico?" Lauren says, "Check out Luno Life Foam Airbed." Kind of too late for that. Already got the already already got the thing. But yeah, how much percent
Yeah.
battery does the induction
So
cook take?
it depends on the setting. Like, that has 5 levels. So if I do level 5, it'll probably be done within like 20 minutes. But if I do level 2 or 3, which is good, I can get two meals out of it. So about 40 minutes to 45 minutes of cooking. Um,
Uh,
and then I can recharge it with a regular outlet. I had like an extension cable, so I could run to an outlet. Um, but I can also just use the the DC charger in the back, the cigarette outlet,
mm-hmm.
which takes about 8 hours on 110 volts, so 110 watts.
Mm.
So most of the time, like just overnight, it just recharges.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and sometimes sometimes I use like today I just made some avocado toast. I made a salad. I wasn't too hungry. Like I'm like resting because tomorrow I'm running, and um, I haven't used much, and it's actually charging because you have a 12-volt battery in your system, right? Um,
Yeah. Mm.
Problematic. because when the car shuts off, it shuts off the whole car. So before on my Model 3, if I walked away, the fridge would still run.
Right.
So now when it's really hot like this, I plug it into my EcoFlow instead of directly to the car, because otherwise, your food gets spoiled really fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So your fridge can't be plugged up to your car. It has to be plugged up to the EcoFlow
No,
instead.
it can. It can be plugged into my car, but if I walk away and turn the car off, then it just shuts, right? So
Oh,
sometimes I
even
might
if
be
you
away.
put it.
So,
Oh, even if you put it in like Sentry mode.
yeah,
Oh,
it,
ooh, that
it's because
sucks.
the 16-volt. Yeah, so I have, but if I'm in the winter or something, I don't care because the car doesn't really get hot, right? And then the food stays okay. But in the summertime, like now, like today, it was like Fahrenheit, like 90 degrees. It's pretty hot. Um, and so I just left the EcoFlow on, and then the powered my fridge.
Nice.
Um, yeah. Question for both of you: how long do you like plan to live full time in your vehicles? Well, you go ahead. You can answer that first, Nico.
West by Northwest. Good question. How long to do this for? Well, I'm on month what 3? I know you're
Mhm.
on it a lot longer. Um, so I I don't know. My goal is to save 300 grand within 5 years.
Mhm.
That's my goal right now, and I'm about almost halfway, and so um,
Nice.
yeah, if I end up getting to that number, my plan is to put it into dividends, and then you get
Mhm.
basically a $1,500 payment every month. Well,
Mhm.
dividends are quarterly, so you get it every 3 months.
Mhm.
Um, but then it equates out to 1,500 a month, and so maybe when that happens, I don't know, because um, I don't know. I really enjoy it. I don't know. It's fun because you get to pop up to a campsite. You have everything you need: water, your clothes, you got your food, you got trash, everything you ever need. If like you run out of something, just run back to the car. You got it right there. So I
Yeah.
mean that kind of lifestyle really thrills me, and I'm sure you understand this too. Is like
Mhm.
you got everything you ever need in one
Mhm.
spot, and it's just
Mhm.
like that. It's just the way to live. Is like minimalism. I really enjoy it, and I don't know, when you really enjoy something, it's like it's not really like hard. It's more like just enjoyment. So,
Mhm.
but then it does have its downsides. You got flies everywhere. You got your dishes. You got the mess in the car. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know
Well,
how long. But yeah.
that's a good question by West by Northwest. Um, I have been doing it almost for 2 years now. I initially started with a Model 3, and then I upgraded to a Model X. I wanted the extra space. I wanted the air suspension. I wanted the
Mm.
Falcon doors. Like I really love the X. It fits my lifestyle perfectly. Um, I can haul ass if I really have to fast, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And then relationships, and then monetary. Like, um, I mean, once my basic needs have kind of been met, like the amount of money I make doesn't make me happier, if that makes sense. Um, but I mean, I love saving. It's kind of like an obsession. I love just living with less, and also going down to South America. So that's another like year to 2 years of a trip that I'm gonna be embarking on. So at that's another like 2 to 2 is probably about 4 years. And then I'll see like if like I just love being mobile. The only thing sometimes that stresses me out is that I drive too much, if that makes sense. that I put too much strain on the powertrain or whatever, and then I'm out of warranty, and then you know. But on the other hand, it's like it's a tool. This car, like I just drove it like a short form content, edited that. Then I drove 3 hours to find some mud on a trail, and then I
Damn.
jumped in, and then I read a book on the water. Um, but it was weird because I felt kind of like uneased, like I had to go be doing something, like I had to be editing or something. But
Dude,
I like,
I got the same feeling.
yeah, yeah, and I think it's normal
Oh
because we're
man.
in that business. But it was really nice because I'm like, dude, I can do what the hell I want today.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's a normal feeling to have. And then Judge Jensen asks you, Nico, why is the number set at $1,500 a month?
1,500 a month. I mean, it's I I was looking at, well, at first initially it was like 1,500 a month was like the thing of like that's your standard minimum that you need in like Bali, Indonesia, or like Philippines, and like overseas. But I mean, now it's like since I'm making YouTube money and and the possibility of getting that 1,500 a month, it's like 3 grand in a month, and it's pretty good
Hmm.
to have like coming in. It's like a consistent paycheck. Um, so I don't know, 1,500 a month sounds good to me. It sounds good to anybody. Just residually coming in, right? Not doing nothing, just having the money parked there and just residually giving you money. I mean, that's the coolest thing, to have just money work for you instead of you working for it, kind of deal. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, good question. I yeah,
GSR. What city are you in today? Which one are you in?
I am near Seattle in Washington State. I'm
Nice.
he- I'm heading into British Columbia tomorrow. Um,
Mm.
I have like small communities on the West Coast of people who do van life, kind of similar. So I'm pretty social.
Dude, hell yeah. Oh my god. That's cool. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you meet people that are just random van lifers? Because I'm having that struggle right now, man. I'd be like, I'm in Moab, Utah, and I'm like, I don't know anybody here. I'm just going on hikes, just seeing people, photographers, and how do you meet other van lifers and stuff? What do you go, Facebook Marketplace, or not
No,
Marketplace, like Meetup, or what?
no, it's just um. Oh,
Or just say
one
hi to
is
them.
like, yeah. I mean, when I'm cooking, it's pretty much an icebreaker for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they see my setup
Same.
and they're like, "Hey, I love your setup. I don't like Elon Musk." That's usually how the conversation. But it's kind of like they come to me because I have this setup, right? Which is kind of the idea behind it is that you could interact with more people. But if I don't want to
Right.
talk to people, I just back in, and then my kitchen's the other side.
Right.
But
Right.
and then through Instagram, other creators that I meet, just like I DM them or they DM me and I'm like, hey, we love to link up. We're like in this area, and then I'm like, okay, I can go find you guys because I don't pay for charging really.
I
So
know.
no, but like for them, their biggest
Yeah.
expense is fuel. So
Hmm.
as much as they love to travel fast, the faster they travel, the more gas it costs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've
Uh,
been seeing in
but yeah,
all the maintenance cost.
yeah, it's massive, dude, and that's
Yeah.
like it's also like stressful in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of the how I meet people. A lot of organically, and I can be very extroverted, but I'm more introverted than extroverted. So I can have a conversation easily with somebody. But yeah, sometimes like you probably noticed too, you might go like a week and a half without really talking to somebody. Like besides like, hey, how are you? You know, that
Yeah, that's the issue I'm having right now. Is the loneliness part, man. Is like it's just yeah, because it's just this is like the house is like what how many square feet, you know? It's like yeah. So, but the YouTube community, yeah.
I'm
Mm, okay. I know.
because like dude, like weather, it's just not viable to even driving. It's just you're just blasting the AC. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
Yeah.
damn, I got terrible internet. It's my Starlink Mini is working very hard right now.
Alright, we're gonna read some more comments. Let's see. AZ says, "What's up, Nico? Met up with at Tesla. What's up, AZ?" Tom says, "Intermittent transmission." DX Miller says, "Tesla campers with the sunglasses." Chris says, "How often do you brush your teeth?" Every night and every morning. I don't see why not. um, I think, uh, John, do you get any action while in the Tesla? I mean, you technically can. You got a whole bed right here. Um, uh,
X.
it's a lot of headspace, right? Uh, AH Boy in USA says how to live in a car safely. Oh, we got the weapons. All right, weapon of choice. We got a taser. It's like a baton. It's like,
Damn.
so you turn this thing on, flashlight too, but you press this button right here.
Yeah.
Turn
I'm
I
definitely not
got it
waking
at Big
up.
Five. Yeah, and it's like arm's length away, so like I could just zap somebody, and it's USB powered, and then it only engages if you press this button, so you can't just accidentally zap yourself. So
How much? How much was
yeah,
it?
I think it was at Bass Pro. It was about $35 or $40. It was pretty cheap.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was gonna be expensive, like $200, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's
I
an
might
arm's length
buy.
away, so
Yeah.
you're looking at a whole chest away. So that way,
Yeah. Yeah.
you just if someone breaking the window, dude, they're getting zapped.
Fuck, dude. I'm not knocking on your window at night.
uh, what weapons do you have? Do you have any or?
Um, I have like a really bright flashlight. Uh, that's super bright. Like it's meant for like you could blind somebody. Damn. Yeah. But I have a knife. I have Sentry mode, and
Okay.
yeah, I honestly like I don't know. Maybe it's my being nonchalant, but I feel very
Yeah.
safe. But I do have something though. Like if somebody were to rob me and ask
Hmm.
for cash, I actually have a wallet that's kind of bait. So it has some old credit cards, like numbers scratched out with
Oh.
cash, about $20, but in like once.
Oh, like just enough
So
for them to be like, oh yeah, I
yeah,
got something.
I mean, I've actually like been hit by a homeless person before.
What?
Li- living in my Tesla in Seattle, it was not okay.
Tell us a
But
story, if you don't mind.
yeah,
What the heck?
yeah. So I just finished Uber Eats. I was delivering some food. I had a Model 3 at that time, so I was going to
Okay.
Chipotle, and there was this man pacing back and forth in front of the store, and it
Hmm.
was weird because I like for a second, I'm like, okay, he's probably unstable. Um, but I see other people walking around him, so I'm like, okay, let me do that same path. And then he just
Yeah.
comes right at me. It's like, man, you look like a kickboxer, and just hits me straight in my chest.
No
Um,
way.
yeah, dude, it was crazy. And I'm like the fuck just happened? Like this happened so
I
quick.
know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I had enough distance, right? Because I like to give people their space. I like my space. yeah, bro, he hit me, and then he just backed away, so it wasn't like a fight. But then I
Right.
guess he got like I walked back to my car, and then the manager did give me free Chipotle, and he actually ended up getting arrested because he ended up stealing like the whole tips jar
Oh my
from
God.
Chipotle, which is
Jesus.
like, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that made me realize that you never turn your back. You
Mm,
keep your distance from people.
yeah.
Even people who are like under the influence, you can still be direct with them. Like, hey, how can I? Like, hey, like, like, like a game face. Like, how can I help you? Like, be blunt. Because if they're like, and I've talked to people like police officers and stuff. They're like, yeah, even if people are under the influence, they still have some cognition. So if you're direct with them, they might leave you alone. Like, just kind of stand your ground. Don't be hostile. But anyways, yeah, I got hit.
Sheesh.
I
That's
got free Chipotle
scary.
though. Yeah, dude, it
There you
was
go.
fucking. It was. Yeah, but besides that, I don't really have a weapon. But that taser, dude, like I'm really
Yeah.
considering.
And I got this at Big Five too. It's another taser. So
Damn, dude.
turn it on. Little mini one.
Okay, don't start a
Flashlight.
fire. Don't start a
Yeah, I
fire.
know. Keeping that one. I always keep it near my bed because yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of scared because I haven't talked about it publicly yet, but let's see. There's enough people on here now. Okay, so I was gonna put out a video on it, but I didn't want to. But I'll just say it now. Um, so I was parked in a business lot, and I was really naive about parking at the same spot all the time, every single day. Back when I was working at GNC,
Mhm.
and then um, I checked my cameras one day in my Sentry mode, and usually I don't check it. I just leave it running in the background. But a month prior to me looking at the thing, there was a guy that was looking in my windows like this, and I was like, "This mother effer, like, who is this guy? He's looking through my windows like that." But I had the car window covers up, and this is just real life, like full transparency. This can happen to anybody, especially car
Mhm.
dwellers. Um, yeah, he's just looking through my window, and then he just left. But it happened at 3 a.m. and it was in beginning of July, and I was like, "What the hell?" That's the reason why I got all these weapons. Like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't probably have any weapons in my car. But
Were you were you
yeah,
inside your car? What were you doing?
I was in my car sleeping, 3
Oh,
a.m. Yeah, so it was very like close to me. Like, oh my
yeah,
god, someone was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
through my stuff, like about to break in. But I had the window covers on, which thankfully helped because you didn't see inside. And so yeah, I was just scared. Like, oh my god, yeah, because if he broke into it at the time, I did not have anything. So yeah, that was pretty scary. Yeah.
I've I've only been woken up twice, and that's because of like sentry mode. I just boop. But when that goes off, bro, I am just all instinct. Because that means somebody is near my car. Like I park
Oh.
away from people, so somebody has come close to it. Um,
Oh.
yeah, because if I don't, so what I do is I keep climate on.
Mm.
If it's like the temperature is like not great, sleeping with the car off, and then I turn off Bluetooth, the hard.
I know. Yeah. Hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Peace of mind. Sleeping. Yeah. I hate how the camp mode it does not have the um it literally disables the sentry mode. It's like, dude, that sucks because you're just trying to sleep. And like thought camp mode is supposed to record. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Oh, interesting. It's like a
Yeah, so
map.
it's
Yeah.
a digital part, and um, it, especially because I'm gonna be mapping my way down to South America.
Hmm.
That'll be for the people who do subscribe to my Patreon because I put a lot of work into it, and it gets updated daily, pretty much.
What do you use? What app to
Just
put? Is it?
Google Google Maps, but I have to give you access to.
Oh, oh, it just updates. Oh, that's cool. It's like a one-way kind of link. Dude, plug share is good, but oh my god, I've had my fair struggles using
Yeah,
that. So, like, I I know that it takes 4 hours to charge. I was like, okay, cool. But what I didn't know is that some chargers don't work, and like, if hypothetically you go to the free slow charger and there's nothing around in the area, you're totally like you're effed.
yeah.
So I always make sure like there's a supercharger like actually near it because it happened to
Uh,
me where I put in my video like I was trying to plug up and then the thing said EV charging failed and I was like, bro.
well,
But it
that,
was
I
free in
really,
Zion.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I really, really
Mm.
like if it's an actively used charger and there's good reviews, like a good plug score, then I end up going to. But if it's like iffy or dicey, then no.
Yeah, it's got that
Yeah,
orange marker. Yeah.
yeah, like I leave reviews too because I want the next person to not have the same issues. I mapped out all the way up to the Arctic Ocean, so if you want to do that trip, I have all the little
Oh, shit.
details in Plugshare. I did that because
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to find an app and then like I found that PlugShare app and I was like, dude, I can actually charge for free across the US. Like so I went to Zion and then yeah, they had free level was it 3 or whatever charging at um this hotel and it was like 30 minutes away from Zion. So I was literally sleeping there for free and getting charged for free. So I was going back and forth between the hotel and Zion for free, no lodging, hotel, and no
yeah,
nothing. It was
nice.
pretty
Eh?
cool. It's called La Quinta uh, Hotel by
Yep.
Windham. Yeah. So if anyone
I saw.
wants to do that in Zion,
Mark, how is it doing now? Is it better? With because it's like I can see Nico pretty good right now. Like even if you're moving around, it's very fluent.
uh, yeah,
Uh,
yours is on and off, but it's good
okay,
now.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, but you
Um,
guys are connected to my mini dish, so it should be all right.
mm. Chat says, "Wow, so cheap." I know. Uh,
Yeah, it's
Joe Un, you guys have big kahunas. It's awesome. Taking a leap of faith. All the best to you guys.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's not for everybody. It's not. Whew, it's tough. I mean, you understand the whole grind of like doing this. It's like, yeah, it's different than living in a house and stuff. So,
But I really prefer it because I like being mobile. I can really chase the sunshine. Like the Pacific Northwest is so beautiful in the summer, but sucks during the winter.
Yeah,
So,
man.
oh, I hate rain. Like rain is awkward. I mean, rain is really cool. It's a really weird phenomenon because we're the only planet that actually has it. If you really think about it like that, but it's a weird
True.
thing because snow is freaking awesome, and then sunshine. I don't like rain that much because it kind of dampens your mood. Like snow is like, oh, it's fun and blah blah blah, and but that's why I kind of like chase the sunshine. So wherever the sun is shining, I tend to go to.
So
Because it does.
where do you migrate to when it rains? Like what is your migration pattern? Like since you've been
My
doing this
great,
for 2 years. Yeah.
I follow I follow the birds. No,
I
I
know,
honestly
right? Like, follow the V.
I honestly like do love snow. I like snow. I
Okay.
like actually real cold because it's
Mm.
fun. It's good content. But that mixed weather, I just head down to California where there is no weather. It's just sunshine. You know, Santa Monica, um, like SoCal.
Oh,
And
so you've car camped in SoCal and stuff?
yeah, yeah, I lived there for like 4 months.
Oh
Um,
wow. And car camping, like Tesla living?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Because I've seen car dwellers. Man, they'd
yeah,
be complaining all about the tickets people would be getting, and then the
yeah.
you can't stay there overnight and all that. But
No,
how was that experience?
for Teslas, we have that privilege of being able to charge, and
Mm,
that legit, it's like nobody really
right.
bothers unless you're at like it says no overnight charging, which is very very rare.
Uh,
But people will leave you alone, and then honestly, like even last night, I was in Seattle, just outside downtown, and I just found a street that was dark, and I slept in front of somebody's house.
oh yeah, residential. I
Resident,
found is the best because they have they most likely have cameras because it's a house, and then it's like, oh, it's just a friend staying over at another person's house. It's just normal. The only
yep.
caveat that I had was like, where the hell you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? You have to drive to a gas station or whatever.
This is my imaginary pee bottle. So
Shit.
I have one. I do have one. I have one. You'd have a big bottle, and it's whatever. Like we're meant
I can't do
like
that. It's just
no,
too gross for me. No, I
nah,
can't do it.
dude. Yeah, I mean, I hate like you were telling me too. Like you had to be a customer to use like somebody's bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I I was like,
fuck that.
bro, what? I gotta pay $3.75 for a thing. Clark says, you guys need to find slash use the app that shows you best weekly location for the temperature you prefer.
Hmm.
You mind plugging that app, or you just go on the Google, or you just go on the Apple weather map?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I I do embrace like I really love the change in weather. I really do because there's really not much you can do against it. Like winter's coming, but
Yeah,
I kind of just go with the flow and kind of sail. I'm not going to Arctic Ocean during this winter. I don't want to do it. The car will do great. I know that, but I just don't want to deal with having to cook outside or inside for weeks
yeah,
on end. Um,
right.
but yeah, like going back to the bottle, I have a pee bottle. I'm staying with it.
Damn,
um,
yeah, I don't know. I can't do that. I just take either just go outside or go to a gas station or whatever, do your business there or hotel. I found hotels are a really good spot. They
yeah,
just
yeah,
have an open lobby and I just
pretty
walk
much.
in.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
the Chargers that I
such.
went to though, they're like, yeah, you gotta buy something. I was like, what?
Yeah, hell no. I saw it today.
I know.
So yeah, I just ended up peeing in a bottle. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just kind of it is what it is.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
convenient.
yeah, I have back seats, so I just hop in the back. But yeah, like it's still a normal car, and then at night I just fold the seats down right here, and then I just
Mm,
um
that's dope. Yeah, mine's kind of cramped because I just got the seat and then I got the back seats and the trunk. That's it. I ain't got no nothing else. Hey, my parents are here. Um, we will unofficially speak for all 3 million truck drivers. You guys rock. Keep on trucking. Yeah, it's my dad. What's up, Dad? Yeah. Yeah. Follow the journey a lot. So
But um, um, you actually had a house, like you had it, right, and you sold it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, actually, yeah, Clark. There's a few places that have free charging on campus too, and then I just like and Dorothy, once you get used to using a portable bathroom, it comes convenient. Honestly, like yes, but also no because I know how I am. Like I don't want to clean that stuff up.
I know.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like ask a lot of van lifers. They're like, yeah, we have a portable toilet. We never use it because it's a whole thing to maintain.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you gotta clean
But
it. Mm.
yeah, but let's go back to our question of so you had a house.
Mm.
Why did you sell the house? Because I never had a house. I've only rented. So for me, going from like renting into like living in a car didn't feel like a big jump. It
Mm.
actually felt like a relief because as much as houses are investments, and I say investments, depends how
Yeah.
depends how
I
you
know.
define it. But yeah, if you could, because I don't I've watched some of your videos, but
Yeah.
what was that like to sell a house? Because that's a big jump. Tell me, please.
I
Or tell
know.
people. Yeah.
Uh, let's see. So got laid off, and then I was in talks with cause like I wasn't the only one in the house. It was like me, my parents, my little brother. So we had bought this like lakeside home, and kind of like we're on top of the world. Like, oh, I got this good job. You know, working as a supervisor now, making salary. Got a Tesla, got the house. Okay, and then like the whole world just turned upside down when I got laid off. I just came home and I went to my parents. I was like, hey yo, yeah, I just got let go from my job today, and yeah, it's just like I don't know if I can, I don't know. It's just I wanted to get free from the mortgage thing. Like, dude, it's gonna take heck long to pay that thing off, and I was like, and then to find tenants if you were gonna hypothetically have people live in it and rent it out.
Mhm.
It's just a whole headache of a mess. Hey, what happens if they don't pay on time? Um, what happens like if yeah, we're waiting for tenants to come in and then they don't come in at all. It's just a whole hairball of a mess. And like me, my parents, and my little brother had multiple meetings over and over after I got laid off. Like, what are we gonna do? And then yeah, my little brother was just joking around. I was like, man, I'm just gonna live in my car. And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, it's not a bad idea. And then I took out my spreadsheet, my Google spreadsheet, and it has my budget in it. And so I just took off rent or mortgage, and then I took off utilities, and I took off water, and I took off PG&E, then I took off Wi-Fi, then I took off, uh, the list goes on. And I was like, oh my god, yep, my dad's right. um, yeah,
No,
and
okay.
then
Go
took it
ahead.
out. Yeah, then I was just like, I don't have to pay for all it is no more. Like, send it. So yeah, that was that.
And where do your parents live now? Like, where's your brother?
My parents are truck drivers still, so they're on the
Okay.
road. But they ended up getting a house that's rented out, or they rent a house now. So my parents come back every now and then, and my little
Right.
brother lives in there too. But I don't stay there because I don't want to pay rent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amen. That's legit my thing.
yeah,
Like, um, yeah. I mean, I think it's and I also think like the real person who makes the money off a house tends to be the bank for the most part.
yeah.
You know, I would like to have a tiny home sometime down the future.
Mm.
But because I like to live small, less maintenance, less overhead, less just moving pieces.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's also really cool to be like, yeah, I live in a Tesla. Like people are like, okay, like
How?
they're really confused.
Yeah.
Um, but it just like it's for me like yeah, it's a high upfront cost. Like the car costs a lot, but the
Yeah.
overall the tax deductibles that I have, it's just kind of I just cranking it out. You know, not financial advice. Uh, yeah, but
Five 150. Y'all should live together for a few nights. What the hell? Uh, yeah, living in the car car dwelling. There's so many other people doing this. It's not just
yeah,
a couple people. There's like thousands of people on the internet doing it too. Um,
yeah, I still think living in a Tesla. I mean, it's privilege, but it's also the most economical way to do it because your overhead is so little. Like gas, you can get around free charging, no regular
mm,
maintenance. Like I just released a video yesterday, 60,000 miles. And the only thing I've done is like windshield wiper fluid and windshield wipers. That's it.
mm.
Like I've
I had to
been
replace
in Tesla.
my front axles had to get replaced.
Oh,
They're
really? Oh,
squeaking.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The control arms. That's really like
Yeah.
a normal thing with the Teslas, actually, the older ones. So, but that's nothing major where like you can't drive. You
Yeah, it was
know?
just squeaking. It was
Yeah,
fine. Like they told
sounds
me like,
that
oh yeah,
sounds
it's just
awful.
I know it was like skirt, skirt, and I was like, what the? That happened like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had that on my older three.
Mm.
But yeah, like living like in some ways we're kind of setting the. I like to lead kind of by example. I think you're kind of the same way. Like the next like the next wave of travelers. Like my
Mm.
kids are gonna grow up with electric cars, just that kind of being the norm.
Oh yeah.
You know?
By 2030, no gas
Yeah,
powered cars being sold. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Like we're living in a really weird time where we're actually transitioning. Like in maybe a few hundred years, they're gonna look back and they'll be like, wait, there was a time there were gas vehicles. Like it sounds. I'm not trying to sound
Mm.
condescending, but I've read a few books on it. I've geeked out on it. I really think
Mm.
that for us to survive as a species, to be more energy efficient, it has to be electric. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying the transition has to happen overnight. That won't happen, and they will not make economical sense. But it's cool to be one of the first people to do it and actually like really test it out. Because if you go on YouTube, you type in van life, it's just an endless stream of people, and everybody
Yeah.
has their own. It's their own story. But then if you just look up electric van life, there's maybe like 6 or 7 creators on the.
Yeah. Living in a Tesla. I see you and a couple more people, but not much. Yeah. It's a source of electric. Oh god.
Fully powered by coal, it's still cleaner and more efficient than a gas car, which is crazy, right? Like we both worked at Tesla. Yeah, cool. That's
Yeah.
that's fine. Um, and Coral's reliable, but it's also very toxic. Um, but yeah, anyways, because I went to school for environmental science, so like I studied this this stuff.
Mm.
But
There
yeah,
you
even
go.
if coal, it's still more efficient and yeah. Yeah, yeah, no,
Oh, my dad.
no, it's true. It's true. when uh
Yeah, it's true. My
yeah
dad says there were people in the past that would die before giving up their horse or carriage. Yeah, it's like they're so used to the same thing. Just because it's tradition does not mean it's correct. That's like
yeah
the terminology. Yeah.
yeah it's a weird thing because even when Henry Ford asked like what do his customers want, they said they want faster horses. So you kind of think no, but that's why Elon is such a pioneer and just kind of like no matter what your opinion on him is, like as an individual, it's more
Yeah.
about look at the pay. There's nobody else who can get the job done like him. Like look at all the car companies that have gone bankrupt. They're trying to like establish electric. This is probably the saddest thing in the world. But like Toyota, Hyundai, they don't really have incentives to sell electric because they just sell them at a loss. But they
Mm.
have to sell them because the government makes them. And they just recoup their loss with gas cars. But they're not in the business to sell electric, which is the saddest thing when they're trying to lead by example, but they're like, okay, we're not going to really focus on fully. We're going to do hybrids, and then you have the worst of both worlds.
Oof.
uh,
Damn.
anyways, but um, what do you mean by light RV, Clark? What what is that like a teardrop or
Think about asking Lighthouse RV for a unit to travel for a month or two. Hmm. It would be really cool if they made an electric, kind of like van, like a van life electric thing.
they
That would be
have
super cool.
they have the e-transit vans.
Oh, they do? That plugs up?
y- yeah, and then so those are about 150 miles on a charge, which is good for daily like
Oh,
deliveries, but
God.
great. But there's a Sprinter van that has about 250 miles now on a full charge.
That's
Uh,
okay, yeah.
that's pretty solid. But then again, I don't like Sprinters
Yeah,
personally.
hell obvious.
There that there are also a lot of overhead. Like for example, the other day I went through a really narrow creek and overhead.
Yeah.
It's kind
Right,
of
yeah. Heavier the car, the more energy it consumes. It's true. Yeah. What's that? The ID Buzz? Volkswagen?
it's like a nifty. It's been in Europe for a while, but now it's coming to the U.S. market.
Oh,
Um, I just don't like what they have done with their emission scandals by cheating their scores. Um,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah, yes. This guy's business. Look it up. Yeah, Clark. I'll definitely look it up. I'll definitely be interested. Also, Yoda's her Frank on Thursday coming up. I'm releasing a video about how much I have saved living on the road, and it's pretty much like pen to paper. Like I kind of show you my bank accounts, not account numbers, whatever, but I do show like what
Oh,
I've saved. Um, but I kind of spilled the dirt. It
there
was
you
a rainy
go.
day. It was a rainy day in Vancouver, so I thought it was a perfect day to talk, money.
Mm, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm happy we were able to connect.
I know. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like a struggle in the beginning, but now it actually recorded and stuff. So there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Well, dude, 56 people. Well, I think peak was like 60. That's a lot of people to be watching
Something
at
like
the
that.
same. Yeah, that's a lot of people,
Yeah.
dude. Get
Yeah. It's like two classroom sizes full. So
yeah.
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 Yeah,
Uh,
I think there's a lot of people interested in the nomad lifestyle or just want to be purely entertained. I think a lot of people on the internet just want to see crazy stuff, like
yeah. Well,
like
that's why I'm
living in a
going
car.
down to South America. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
But I'll
Um.
definitely meet you. Because I'm just waiting for the solar panels to come in.
mm,
Once it's going, I'm gonna make my way down. I'll pass through wherever you are. I'll come find you. Just don't go
Yeah.
too far
I
east.
mean,
Don't go far to the east.
I know. I don't know where I'm going, but sometimes I just figure stuff out. I'm like, I might go this
Well,
way, and then it's like,
come to Jasper. Jasper National Park in Canada. Do you have a passport?
I do. It's in my backpack.
Okay. Well, come find me, man. Canada is beautiful. And can I tell you a little tip?
Canada. What's up?
Can I tell you, your U.S. dollar will carry you very far in Canada. In Canada.
Really? Like what?
Yeah.
Triple or like? Yeah.
No, not like Asian
Oh.
countries, but for
Yeah,
every
because
one US
Asian.
dollar, for every $1, it's 130 to 140 Canadian, and that really like you could.
Mm. It's always cold up there, though, huh? Like,
Well, now
yeah, Utah. I don't know. Sometimes I'd be like, what a mess did I get in myself into? Like it's 95 degrees. I know. Yeah, it's all desert here.
I came to watch today.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks everyone for watching.
oh what? Yeah, well, Clark, that's awesome, man. I love the Roadster, and then blackjack.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
There you
Manolo,
go.
Nico's dad,
My,
thanks for joining.
yeah, my dad says, "What's up?"
It was great to have you here. Thanks for watching,
Yoda
guys, and
says everything on black.
yeah. Well, we can make this more regular, where we just kind of, you know, chat about van life and be social.
Yeah. Right. I
Uh,
know. Yeah. This is like, man. Yeah. It's like, what do you call that? I don't know. I feel like when you're doing this car living thing, you're just in your own world. But
yeah, on
I don't know.
Bubble.
Yeah, it's like a bubble. It's like
Yeah. Well,
bubble on wheels.
that's why sometimes when I hang out with other van livers, that wants to join the party.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, you can't hang. He's electric. He's not cool enough.
I know. Oh, that's true.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go
Well,
because
all
I have
right.
my party tonight.
Okay.
Nico, thanks for having me, and I look forward
Oh yeah.
to checking out more of your videos.
Oh yeah. There we go. All right. Have a good one.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you for being on the live, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks. Cheers. Have a good
All
night.
right.
Bye.
Have a good one.